Okay, so in this video we're going to go over practice quiz 4 number 3. So here is the answer from question 2. We found the line through 46, 60, 22, 40, and it was 5x plus 130 over 6, and we found the RSE was 11.66. And I mentioned that the regression line would have a smaller RSE than this. So here's how you find a regression line. So a regression line is the best fit for a scatter plot, and it minimizes the RSE. So the regression line is given by this formula here, y equals bx plus a, where b is this nasty formula here. We'll compute it in a second, and then a is equal to y bar minus bx bar, where here the x bar and y bar are the means. So let's start computing these things. Okay, so first let's compute x bar and y bar. Okay, so let's first compute x bar. So x bar is going to be adding up all the x values. So it'd be 18, 22, 46, and then we're going to divide that by 3. So that would be our x bar. So doing that here, 18 plus 22 plus 46 over 3. So it'd be 86 over 3. Okay, let's do next our y bar. So the y bar would be adding up all the y values. So it'd be 25 plus 40 plus 60 divided by 3. So then y bar would equal then, so y bar then would be 25, that guy, plus 40, that one, plus 60, that one, divided by 3. So it'd be 125 over 3. Okay, now we're going to have to start computing the top part of this b. So it has the product of the xi minus x bar times yi minus y bar. I'll explain what that is. So we're going to have to make a table here. So let me write a table, and we'll start computing it then. So here's the table we have to compute. It's going to be x1 minus x bar. x1 here would be 18. That's x1. 22 would be x2. This would be x3, 46. The 25 would be y1. The 40 would be y2. The 60 would be y3. So we have to go through and look at, let's do x1 minus x bar first. So x1 is 18, so it's going to be 18 minus my x bar. X bar here is 86 over 3, so let me do it down here. So doing that, we get then, so we get 18, which is our x1, minus our x bar, which is 86 over 3. Now I want to combine these two, so I need a common denominator, which would be 3. So I'll multiply top and bottom here by 3, so it'd be 18 times 3 over 3, which is 54. So it'll be 54 minus 86 over 3, which is negative 32. So then the negative 32 guy will go right here. Okay, let's do now the x2 minus x bar. x2 is 22, and the x bar is 86 over 3. So doing that, we get then, so our x2 is 22, and our x bar is 86 over 3. So it'd be 22 minus 86 over 3. Multiply top and bottom here by 3, so it'd be 22 times 3 over 3 minus 86 over 3. 22 times 3 is 66, so it'll be 66 minus 86 over 3, which is negative 20 over 3. So that's going to go for my x2 minus x bar right here. Let's do x3 minus x bar. Our x3 is the 46. So doing that, we get then, so it'll be our x3, which we said is 46 right here, minus our x bar, which is 86 over 3 right there. And multiplying 46 top and bottom by 3. So 46 times 3 is 138. And 138 minus 86 will be 52. So it'll be 52 over 3. So we'll put that guy here. Okay, then moving on to the y's now. Let's do y1. Our y1 is 25, and our y bar is 125 over 3. So computing y1 minus y bar, we get 25 minus 125 over 3. Multiply to 25 top and bottom by 3. So it'll be 25 times 3, which is 75. 75 minus 125 is negative 50 over 3. So this guy here will go here. Now let's do the y2 guy. So the y2 is 40. So it'll be 40 minus a y bar, 125 over 3. So doing that, we get then, so we get our y2 minus y bar, so y2 is 40, so this number here, minus our y bar, 125 over 3. So multiply top and bottom by 3, so it'll be 40 times 3 over 3. So 40 times 3 is 120, so it'll be 120 minus 125 over 3, which is negative 5/3. Okay, that's going to go for our y2 guy here. And lastly, we'll do our y3. So our y3 is 60, and our y bar is 125 over 3. So doing that, we get then, 60 minus 125 over 3, multiply top and bottom by 3 on the 60 here. 60 times 3 is 180, so it'll be 180 minus 125 over 3, which is 55 over 3. That's going to go here. Oops. Should be 55 over 3. Okay, let me try it one more time. Okay, so it worked there. All right, so next let's start computing the b. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so here's a table we just computed up here on top. Here's a regression line formula down here in the second line. So let's compute the numerator of b. So the n value here is 3. So what this is saying to do is take the x1 y minus y1 bar, multiply it times the y1 minus y bar. So I've done that here. I've taken my negative 32 over 3, multiplied it by my negative 50 over 3. Then move on to the next one. So it'd be negative 20 over 3. That's my x2 minus x bar, multiplied by my y2 minus y bar. So it'd be negative 20 over 3, which you have here, times this one. And lastly, take the x3 minus x bar guy and multiply it by the y3 minus y bar guy, which I've done here. Okay, so doing this computation here, negative 32 times negative 50, you can check 1600. Negative 20 times negative 5 is 100. 52 times 55 is 2860. And on the bottom here, you got 3 times 3, which is 9, and all of these. So you can just add these guys on top. So it'll be 4560 over 9. Okay, so that's the top part of b. Let's do the bottom part of b now. So doing that, we get, okay, so the bottom part of b down here, again, n is 3. So it means take the x1 minus x bar, take that guy and square it, like which I've done here. Then move on to the x2 minus x bar, take that guy and square it, which I've done here. And then move on to the x3 minus x bar guy here and square that. Then if you square negative 32, you get 1024. If you square negative 20, you'll get 400. If you square 52, you'll get 2704. And if you square 3, it's going to be 9, because when you square a fraction, you square the top and you square the bottom. So they're all going to have 9 down here. So adding those up then here, you can check it's 4128 over 9. Okay, so now we have the top part and the bottom part for b calculated. Now let's compute b. So doing that, we get then, okay, so here's how we compute b. So it's going to be the 4560 guy here divided by the 4128 over 9 guy here. And when you divide two fractions, you can keep the first fraction as it is, change the sign to multiplication, do reciprocal of second one. So I'm going to turn over this fraction, do the reciprocal of it. So it's going to become 9 over 4128. The 9s will cancel here, they'll cross off here and here. So this become 4,560 over 4,128. Now this simplifies a bit, so let's break it down. Okay, so I'm doing the prime factorizations of the numbers here. So our first number is 4,560. So it ends in a 0, means 10 divides it, so it'll be 10 times 456. 10 breaks down as 2 times 5. 456 breaks down as 2 times 228, you can check. 228 breaks down as 2 times 114. 114 breaks down as 2 times 57. And 57 breaks down as 3 times 19. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 twos, a 3, a 5, and a 19. So here's the prime factors here. Okay, and our other number here, 4,128. It ends in a even number, so 2 divides it, so it'll be 2 times 2,064. 2,064 breaks down as 2 times 1,032. 1,032 breaks down as 2 times 516. 516 breaks down as 2 times 258. 258 breaks down as 2 times 129. And 129 breaks down as 3 times 43. 43 is prime, you can't break it down. So this will be their prime factors here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 twos, a 3, and a 43. Okay, so now looking at the fraction here, 4,560 over 4,128. Writing the prime factors up here, you can see they share a 3 in common. I'll cross off. They also share 4 twos, so I can cross off these, and there'll be 1, 2 left down here. And then multiplying 5 times 19, that gives us then 95. And 2 times 43 gives us 86. So that's the reduced form of this fraction. Okay, so let's keep going. So I'll let you look at this for a few more seconds. Okay, so we have our b then reduces to 95 over 86. This guy here. Okay, so we found, here's a regression line formula here. So we just found the b is 95 over 86. Let's find the a now. So the a is going to be y bar minus b times x bar. So let's compute that. Okay, so recalling our x bar was 86 over 3, our y bar was 125 over 3. We just found our b was 95 over 86. So our a value for regression lines defined to be y bar minus b x bar. So y bar is the 125 over 3 minus then b, so 95 over 86, times x bar, which is 86 over 3. The 86 will cross off this way. So we'll have then 125 over 3 minus 95 over 3. So it'll be 125 minus 95, which is 30 over 3, which reduces it to 10. Okay, now we're ready to write our regression line. So our regression line then is, okay, so our regression line is given by bx plus a. The b we found is 95 over 86. The a was 10. So hence we can say then here, so hence our regression line is y equals 95 over 86 times x plus 10. So this guy here. Okay, so this should minimize the RSE for the men's scatter plot. We'll show it is less than the one from question 2 in the next video. So we'll do question 4 in the next video. So we're done with question 3. Okay, so let's leave the video here.